Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So this is the second part to my short pattern video. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to draft a shirt collar. So for this tutorial, you're going to need the shirt pattern that we created in part 1. So to start, we need to lower the neckline of the shirt by 0.5 centimeters. And then we're going to draw in the new neckline with a curved ruler and then trim off the excess. We'll also need to go back and re-notch the button stand. And you're going to do this for both the left and the right sides. The reason I didn't do this in part 1 is that I wanted to give you the option to add no collar to your shirt. So this change is only going to be done for anybody who wants to add a shirt collar. So once the necklines are adjusted, you're going to need to reduce the separate button stand by 0.5 centimeters as well. You'll notice that the first button is awfully close to the top. So I'm simply going to remove that button as there's going to be a button on your collar, so that first button is not going to be needed. So now it's time to draft the collar. So on a fresh sheet, you're going to draw a nice straight line across the page and mark in a starting point as 1. So from 1, you're going to measure across the neck measurement and mark this point as 2. So from 2, you're going to draw a straight line up your page and do the same at 1. So the neck measurement all depends on the size of the shirt that you've drafted. So I'll leave a link for some measurements down below. So from 1, you're going to measure up your chosen length of your collar stand and the depth of your collar and mark this point as 3. Again, this all depends on you and your design. I just went with 8 centimeters in total. So from 3, you're going to draw a straight line across your page, making sure that you hit that line drawn up from 2. So from 1, you're going to measure across 3/4 of the way to 2 and mark this point as 4. So from 2, you're going to measure up 0.5 centimeters and mark this point as 5. And this is actually just adding on that 0.5 centimeters that we took off the button stand. So from 1, you're going to measure up half the way to 3 plus 1 centimeter and mark this point as 6. So go ahead and draw a straight line out from 6, making sure to hit that line drawn up from 2. And then you're going to mark this line intersection as 7. So from 7, you're going to measure back across by 0.75 centimeters and mark this point as 8. At 4, draw a straight line up to hit that line coming out from 3. So from 8 and 3, this is where you're going to create the shape of the collar. So as you can see here, I done quite a sharp point, but I then reduced it a little bit just because I wanted a standard shirt collar. But this is where you can start getting creative. You can change the shape of the collar point. It could be rounded, you could do a scalloped collar. It's all up to you and your design. So using a ruler, you're going to join points 4 and 5 together and then extend that line past 5. So at 5, you're going to measure across that line the width of your button stand and mark this point as 9. So now go ahead and join points 8 and 9 with a curved ruler, and then you're going to slightly shape that line that's joining 4 and 5. So lastly, you're going to mark in your buttonhole, and this is just going to be in that curved area between 8 and 9. And you just mark this in with a T shape. So that is your finished collar. So what you need to do now is add in all your information and your seam allowance, but as usual, you could copy it onto a solid block that you can use many times over. So lastly, as you can see here, I added a notch onto my collar pattern, and this is just going to make it easier for beginners to sew the shirt and the collar together. So I simply measured the distance from the center front of the shirt bodice to the shoulder seam, and then measured that distance starting from 9 along the line drawn from 1. I'm hoping this makes sense, but you don't have to put the notch in if you don't want to. So anyway, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please hit that like button as it really supports my channel, and don't forget to subscribe for weekly pattern videos. So in part 3, I'm going to be showing you how to make the sleeve for your shirt. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in part 3. Bye guys!